And I flew to where he was. And I walked in on him. And I said, we've been batting the ping pong ball back and forth for 3 months. I'm leaving here one way or another.
We're back.
Hi.
It's our favorite pastime.
What's that, Joe?
Watching Jerry Lewis clips.
Yeah. Remember when we used to talk about movies on this show?
I don't recall the time. I don't seem to recall.
Seems like a lifetime ago.
Listen. I've just come to accept that this is a series for us. It's never going to end because I love it. I love it too much.
Do you know what we really should do? We should set up in your house or something, or we should do a telethon.
Oh, that'd be fun for Patreon.
Well, for us, we should give the money to his thing. I was talking to who? It's not MS. What is it?
Muscular Dystrophy Association.
It was muscular. Okay, dude. I swear to God, I'd give the money to it. We should do a telethon and get hacky open micers to come into your basement.
The only reason I
material.
have to look into it and see if there is a specific foundation that he set up. Because I know there was some tensions with how they kind of booted him out and whatever. We've seen why they got rid of him, and people hop in the comments.
Of course.
But so this is going to be another, basically a telethon themed episode. But I figured
more telethon.
I figured since we're near the 4th of July holiday, I'll find some maybe patriotic clips of Mr. Lewis.
Oh man!
And
was Reagan ever on the telethon?
He did a few video introductions.
Video?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say Reagan. He was. If he's in the club,
you know what I forgot about
he was
too?
An actor, for Christ's sake.
In Back to the Future, when Marty is telling Doc that Ronald Reagan is president, Doc says,
"Then who's vice president? Jerry Lewis?"
Dropping the bombs.
I am half of the presidential cabinet.
No, these are the good thing about this though is I never know what you're what you're gonna throw at me. It's always kind of a surprise.
What do you call the person that runs the Dungeons and Dragons type game, the game master or whatever?
Yeah, I think
Dungeon master or whatever.
Right.
That's what I feel like. I've got my little board here with all my clips, and you don't know what we're going to see, but it's fitting because I found this clip of Jerry. It kind of shows you just that he was a patriot. He's proud of this country. I found that, and I figured it would make a really great little intro this time. So, without further ado, here we go. We're getting into the Jerry Lewis, episode 4.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her. Why don't I have the words so I can remember how to Christ to sing this?
They don't have them on there, I don't think. Ignite with the light from above.
What?
Ignite with the light from above.
It's the Jerry Lewis Independence Special, starring Jerry Lewis.
What do you think about the refugees? Allowing
Refugees should stay where the hell they are.
The question, Jerry, is this the best way to speak to those issues?
What then? Go with the government? Is that what you're saying?
Well,
I'm one of the most famous international stars in the world. I can go anywhere. I was voted the most popular along with the Pope. I split the most popular with the Pope.
Al Gore needs a personality transplant. Listen to me. I don't know why he gets in front of a camera. I mean, he's just annoying.
ISIS has attacked the world. They're asking to be stopped. Wipe them out.
Oh, I'm feeling patriotic after that.
All right, isn't that?
What was that panel show he was on where they're all
Some kind of
crammed
British
into
show
that table?
called The Panel.
There you go.
There we go. Little patriotism from Jer.
Love this country. I can respect that.
I love that. They should stay the hell where they are. And I love too that when he's being asked those questions, he's like, "Yes, of course you should ask me this. I'm important. Everyone wants to know what I think of the issues.
My opinion's very valued, very important."
So last time we played, it's such a great, that Phil Donahue, that whole entire interview is gold. And I wanted to go back through it.
He is steamed in that.
He's really pissed in it. But I wanted to go back through it and see if I missed anything. And I stumbled upon a couple clips. Nothing really great, but Phil keeps pushing him about the corporate sponsors of the telethon, and he mentions 7-Eleven, and there's another one. Here's just a clip.
Should companies use crippled children as marketing vehicles? We'll
They're
give
not.
a dime
They're
if
not.
you buy a hamburger, if you shop at 7-Eleven, if you buy beer
7-Eleven.
or all of those.
7 to
Phil,
11.
I
Doesn't that
read your
bother you?
book. I read that whole chapter, and I have to tell you, you were not informed. You were ill-informed.
So I'm like, I had heard that Phil had brought up the commercials you did for 7-Eleven, or the commercial you did for 7-Eleven, and I was like, can I try to find this thing? What is Phil taking an issue with? And I found the commercial, and I gotta tell you, like, it's refreshing that Jerry there's no like shtick, or like, it's just him saying, here's who I am, and here's what I'm here to support. This is a Jerry 7-Eleven commercial.
Let's see it.
This is Brian. The doctors gave him 2 years to live. That was 7 years ago.
7
Thanks
to
to
11
you,
years
Brian
ago.
has been given a miracle, the miracle of life. When you stop by your neighborhood 7-Eleven store and make a donation to fight muscular dystrophy, you're helping Brian and thousands of kids like him. My kids need a miracle. They need you. So when you come to 7-Eleven, you're making a miracle happen.
Like, see, that's like, it's not like your standard like hacky commercial
I mean,
where he's doing the shtick.
Yeah, but it's
very
a
just
little.
like,
It's a little. Look, here's the thing. I mean.
wait. I'm being told there was another Jerry Lewis 7-Eleven commercial. This is breaking news for me.
Here's Jerry Lewis with the 7-Eleven
music
coffee
right off
song.
I want a cup of 7-Eleven coffee.
My coffee pot is fresh and hot. Pour it, drink it.
You will need it too.
This hot coffee is the special brew. That little cup will wake you up. It's good and hot. 7-Eleven coffee from the friendly coffee pot.
Jesus Christ.
You know, I guess a one for you, one for me type deal.
Sure.
With
Dude, it's just
7-Eleven.
so funny. Both of those commercials. It's like the country, man. It was another world.
You know what we should do? That might be a fun future series. We'll do those old TV commercials.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good. That
'Cause there's
actually, that's a good
There's
idea.
a great series. Remember when Dunkin' Donuts used to be like that fat guy with the mustache?
Time to make the donuts.
Yeah. There was one where they started making little mini like donuts and eclairs, and to do the commercial, they had Hervé Villechaize come in.
The plan. No. The cinnamon.
Of course they did.
And he's going, the guy's like, what kind of donut do you want? And he's like, the plain. No, the chocolate. It's like, ugh.
First, we made the donuts mini.
Mini donuts.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh my Christ.
I'm told there's a third Jerry Lewis 7-Eleven commercial. This is wow, what a surprise.
Jerry Lewis sings the 7-Eleven coffee song.
I brew the coffee constantly. I keep it fresher than it has to be. I brew fresh coffee night and day at 7-Eleven. It's the only way. A special blend so fresh and hot. Thank heaven for this coffee pot. A special blend so fresh and hot. Thank heaven for this coffee pot.
The mugging. The mugging on his face.
No mentioning of the kids either.
Well, come on. Those were earlier commercials, probably.
I think this is the same time. I think, and I really do think that was probably it. They're like, you know what? We'll give X amount of money to telethon. You got to do some.
Yeah, man. That's called doing a sponsorship. Like,
You and I grew up in the Philadelphia area where the go-to convenience store is Wawa. I think 90% of the times we record, you show up with the largest size of Wawa coffee that's available.
this is very true.
Have you ever had a cup of 7-Eleven coffee? As a connoisseur of gas station coffee?
No. I mean, maybe. Like, I highly doubt it. As I said, the coffee at the 7-Eleven Jerry that's from another world.
Yeah.
I don't go into 7-Eleven.
I haven't been
anymore.
in a 7-Eleven. I mean, I could probably count on one hand the amount of times I went in.
I mean, the last place I got a coffee that wasn't a Wawa was like a Sheetz.
Right.
Which is like a Wawa. It's comparable.
The 7-Elevens in Philly, like, I'm scared to go in them. I don't mess around with them.
Fuck no. Are you kidding
No.
me? Never. It's so funny they sell like the food in there. Like, who People eat it, whatever.
I love too. Jerry's wearing this crazy buttoned-up shirt with this like 70s pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Brutal. Another clip here I found was Jerry. This is incredible. Jerry decides he's going to take some time during one of the telethons on air to read some negative reviews that the telethon has received. I assume the previous year. So Jerry's been hanging on to these reviews for a year, waiting to get on and read them. And the reviews don't really talk about the telethon as much as they talk about Jerry. And he goes on for about 15 minutes with these reviews. So I chopped them up. I kind of just did a best of Jerry reading these reviews that, again, not the telethon has received, but maybe...
Wait, how long did you say this went on for?
He went on for about 15 minutes in total.
Jesus Christ. You got to fill time, but...
So this is Jerry reading some reviews that are maybe directed at the host of the telethon more than the telethon itself.
It's now catching on. It's sophisticated to attack this platform. All Night with Jerry, pitch with kitsch. According to Webster, kitsch means artistic or literary material of low quality. Indeed, it is hard to put up with him from his maudlin appeals for cash, as though I'm going to get a piece of the action. Lewis will weep and turn his back on the camera as if ashamed of his emotions. No man is proud to shed tears in front of other men. Maybe in front of women, maybe not. To his teary rendition of You'll Never Walk Alone, Lewis's annual performance, underlined, is enough to make viewers want to heave a shoe through their television screens. Well, that's not attacking the platform so much. That's getting after the man now. Did I not go to the cocktail party where this newspaper man was? And if I did, I told him what I thought of him, which I usually do. You're a whore or a prostitute. You don't print the truth. Well, he's going to wait for Labor Day to get a shot at me, isn't he? He did. On Saturday Night Live, a short time ago. What has a million legs but can't walk? Jerry's kids. Okay?
Like, there's an audience there listening to him air his grievances. They're
Mind
silent.
you, also a national television audience around the country. That's like, aren't we supposed to be raising money for kids? And Jerry just starts reading his Roger Ebert reviews. It says here, Hardly Working is a fucking disaster. A shitty film.
Here's Big Mamu.
Hardly Working is hardly bearable.
You're a whore or a prostitute?
Dude, I'm like obsessed with the idea of doing this now. Our own telethon.
telethon.
Because we could just read, our shitty reviews.
Yeah, let's read our shitty reviews. We'll just go on.
So they called us two untalented Jews.
No, he said two, what did we call us?
It was untalented.
Oh yeah, but he said more like it, as if we had done something as if we're going to get a piece of the action. So, I'm a pretty good kind of investigating journalist, though, and it turns out that telethon, that whole segment had been heavily edited. I found the raw footage of Jerry delivering, in particular, that last negative criticism.
On Saturday Night Live, a short time ago. What has a million legs but can't walk? Jerry's kids.
I mean, very good, but
They gotta do some editing there.
He's so pissed in that last part. It's like, dude, this is a telethon.
And I love how, excluding the SNL thing, they were all about him.
Right.
And even he said, that one's not, that's getting at the man now. And it's like, so then Jerry starts to fucking unravel. I think, this is going to come up later, but I think this was in the like, peak of his Percodan addiction when he was just like an angry...
Mm-hmm.
He goes off on this tangent, and I guarantee to you, you will never be able to think what he's going to say next. He goes from point A to point Z to point C.
Oh, beautiful.
Did we do all of this so that we hoped no one would watch? Most of the trouble in our world today is because no one can interpret what the Russian says to the Yugoslavian. How do we know the interpreter is indeed saying what the Russian is saying? So there's an imbalance, and then there's tenuousness, there's uncertainty. It's like the old joke. The lady is in the pool, And the lifeguard says, "Lady, don't you see that sign?" She says, "What sign?" He says, "That sign that says no swimming allowed." She said, "That's how you read it. The way I read it, it says no, swimming allowed." Well, interpretation changes it, doesn't it? So that when the Russian says, "Tell the Yugoslav, we love him," and he interprets, "They love you." Oh, that's terrific. And he walks right into the trap and his legs come off.
I think that was just Jerry's version of the aristocrats joke. A Yugoslavian and a Russian go swimming, and there's an amputee.
But what is interpret? Is he talking about how the telethon's being interpreted?
Again, he just starts to fucking unravel, and it's like you're taking up the time for the donations to sit here and air your grievances with the media. It's hilarious, but
that's really good.
I was like, not only that, and then he ends that whole thing with, and the legs come off. It's like, you're doing this telethon for kids who can't walk. Like, what is the point you're trying to make?
A good point.
Well, the cream of the crop here is Jerry then decides to do a little slideshow of some of the, let's just say, satirical drawings of him that have appeared in some of these articles.
Oh my God, you're right. Just sitting on this for a year or two.
Yet again, I guarantee you will never predict what one of these photos ends up being, but here we go.
It's almost difficult to understand. Arthur, do you have that photograph? There's a wonderful photograph that depicts the man doing what he does on Labor Day. When you see the next photograph, you may recognize why I had to challenge them once and for all. For the words, for the photograph, and for this next photograph, which I think is absolutely the epitome. And that, my friends, is what we live with.
In a wheelchair with MS.
Those are our medals from some of the
and
media.
He's delighted in the photograph. It's him with the
he looks so
smiling,
For
strapped
those
in.
who are just listening, that is a fucking great picture. I want that poster. I want a poster of that.
I wish, dude, we can get like the negative. I would love to get an HD crisp version of that.
That's fucking funny, man. That is hilarious.
Well, much like that Saturday Night Live joke, there was an original cut of that slideshow that they then edited out. So here we go.
And for this next photograph, which I think is absolutely the epitome.
Brought the house down.
That is, there was a couple people in the audience like, wait, are we supposed to laugh at this?
Just because it's just the
juxtaposition of I mean, not only is he in the wheelchair, but he's got every single brace imaginable on, and he has that face of like, here I am.
I love the first image too, where it's like he's just like it's got like real big comical tears. Yeah. He's all sweaty, and there's a wonderful drawing there. Isn't that nice? It's like it's
as much of a prick as he may or may not have been. Like, you can tell, like, he's like, I'm trying to help kids here, and I'm getting shit for it. Like, and he was an angry guy, so he's going to be so pissed about that.
But again,
funny.
You informed me of this thing, and it's not. I should have really been familiar with it, but the Streisand effect, where it's like, once you comment or address this on the stuff, like that makes it like he's giving them more ammunition to like keep doing this. They're knowing it gets to him.
Yeah, the second you point something out, it's now been pointed out. Like,
yeah.
It's
we talked about it, man. He did not have a sense of humor with the telethon. Anything to do with this telethon, there was no sense of humor.
No, I mean, look, it's kind of understandable. Like, I'm not saying you got to be like, making fun of the kids or whatever, or you'd be like, it's kind of funny. You can take your jokes because it was serious to him. By all accounts, it seems like he took it very seriously.
He didn't like when people poked fun at what was happening on the telethon. Well, I should say that he was exempt from that because I have a few clips here of Jerry kind of messing with the people that would come on to bring checks or donations. And this first one is from I guess it's a group of Masons or Shriners that would give Jerry a check every year in addition to sending them a little spot for him to run.
Family activities that the Tall Cedars of Lebanon use to raise money for MDA. When a Mason wears this pyramid, he wears it with a purpose. and with pride. Tall Cedars of Lebanon of North America.
I've been laughing at the Tall Cedars hats for about 38 years. But they understand that I do it with respect and love because they've been terrific to us, but they are the dumbest looking hats I've ever seen.
That's excellent.
The one thing I want to do one day is to lift the hat and see if the head is pointy. That's what I want to see.
So they're giving him a nice big check, and Jerry's just like, everyone, let's all laugh at how stupid these morons look. Look at the stupid triangle hat that they have on. So in addition to that, there was also like, I don't know, the Grand Poobah or whoever would come out at these telethons wearing one of the hats, and I found like this guy looked like he was 100 in the 80s or whatever, and it's like I think like into like the late 90s, this guy was still showing up, and he's kind of like, I don't know, he got that Ed McMahon thing of where he's just not all there, and this is a clip from one of the later telethons where this guy is trying to get through, and he's not joking here. Jerry, I want you to look at the look Jerry gives the camera as this guy is attempting to talk about the organization and the money they've raised for MDA.
We always say, let's hope that Frank's going to be back, and here you are.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Jerry, on behalf of the Tall Cedars and their wives, the Cedarettes, the youth organization of the D. Malay, Job's Daughters, and the Rainbow Girls, who gave so...
It's just, again, no one else can have a sense of humor about what's going on, but he's definitely going to.
He can. He's allowed to. To be fair, I have to say this. It's one of those things where it's like it's an honor to be roasted by Jerry Lewis a little.
Yeah.
You know, because it's
like
good
Don
fun.
Rickles doing the same thing, yeah.
Of course. He's not like, this organization's fucking stupid, but we'll take their money. He's like, don't they have goofy hats, people?
That was probably behind the scenes.
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh Christ, we got to run that hat with that ad with those stupid fucking pyramid hats. Jesus Christ.
He was an old timey like you started with the America thing though. Like he liked that civic shit. I guarantee you. Like, the I guarantee you behind the scenes he probably was super into it and all that stuff. But they didn't accept Jews, I imagine so.
No, exactly. And we've talked about too. We're like, the old fraternal men's organization was such a fun. But like, you look at those stupid people. They're ridiculous hats, and they all probably wore them to their meetings and did a secret kind of handshake or something.
Yeah, but then they would all get drunk. So
Yeah.
Did I tell you I looked into joining the Knights of Columbus?
Are they still around?
Oh, of course they are.
Are they really?
I'm good.
No,
it's too much. It's stuff I'm just not. I'm okay with the charity stuff, but like
you got to pay dues or something.
I would imagine,
and probably for the Tall Cedars, Jerry, the tall Cedarettes. He had to be. It sounds like he's from like Pittsburgh or something. He's got one.
Oh, that's got to be a Midwestern. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to start our own secret organization.
I know. I wonder.
I kind of ruined it by talking about it.
Can someone see if there's any of those hats on eBay? Send them to us.
We'll make our own dumb hat.
Another group of people that were raising money for the telethons every year, though, were like high school students. They would do like local, or not even local, but they would have like their own little like fundraisers at the school. And whoever seemed to raise the most money would then come on and present the check to Jerry.
Yeah, they would do the carnivals and stuff.
Yeah. In this one instance, though, one of the high school students, Jerry notices that he has braces. So here we go.
From Ridgefield High School, Ridgefield, Connecticut, Mr. Jeff Albanese.
Jeff.
Sure, these are DECA members. Come on. Jerry, now we'd like to share with you
he really was like he has that air of like I'm the funniest. Everyone loves my
Except
shit.
when Carson came out, like we did last time.
Yeah, right, man. It's
that was the only time he didn't.
Crazy how big he was at that point. Like, imagine you got high school kids doing fundraisers for you, like for your thing, like, and then loving it when you make fun of their brace face.
When he threatened to beat the shit out of Joan Rivers, like she was making that argument. She was basically saying the telethon keeps him relevant. I mean, and to a certain extent, it did. It was a major, annual event, and he was front and center during all of it.
It was a weird thing. My age, I guess, I've said before, I'm a little older than you, but you're kind of in that age. You're in your 30s. So, growing up, like, maybe you had cable. Like, I think I did, but it was still like 40 channels. It wasn't a lot. Classic rock stations, oldie stations. You were still growing up with your parents' shit, and in a sense, their parents' shit. Like, It was all still around. Like, every night, I Love Lucy was on TV. Every fucking night on one of the very few channels. Like, all the old shit was still going. So, like,
Nick at Night, TV Land, all that stuff.
Everyone knew who Jerry Lewis was when I was a kid. Like, he was still that ubiquitous. Like, maybe not ubiquitous is the word, but like, you knew who he was.
Yeah.
Like, and I'd never seen a Jerry Lewis anything, but I knew who Jerry Lewis was. Like, I bet you could go around and ask, like, 16-year-olds today, Jerry Lewis, they'd be like, what is that? They wouldn't know. Like,
Jerry Seinfeld?
Right. And even Seinfeld, like, I mean, come on, me and you are such nuts for Seinfeld. Like, the kids haven't watched Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Like, they don't know the references, the jokes, and like, dude, everyone fucking watched. I mean, what was it 90 million people watched the fucking finale? Like,
yeah, I mean, it was, you ever see that photo of, like, I think it's Times Square where everyone's watching it, like, up on one of the screens. People just stopped in the street watching it.
I remember, I never watched the show. Remember Dharma and Greg?
Oh, yeah. I was confused about Will and Grace, but.
Yeah, Dharma and Greg was another one, but I never watched it, but I happened to catch one episode. And I thought it was pretty clever. Dharma and Greg were a married couple. Mm-hmm. Well, they wanted to, like, spice up their life or whatever. And it was, the Seinfeld finale was happening. So they knew everyone would be distracted. So they were going to have sex in public. And, like, hijinks ensue. And, like, I think Greg wanted to watch the finale. So he kept trying to, like, catch it on, like, TVs that were playing, like, in a bar or whatever. Yeah, they're, like, sneaking around the town, like, trying to have sex in public or whatever.
It's not enough to make me want to watch Dharma and Greg.
No, I don't think you have to watch Dharma and Greg.
I'd be sitting there like George watching Mad About You with Susan. That's such a great.
It's so good.
And it's the entire, like, opening or, like, end credits. He's just sitting there just. And she's smiling and looking at him, and then, like,
oh man.
So then the following year on that telethon, this young man came back.
See, you got through it okay.
Come on, come on.
It's like, dude, we get it. He's got braces.
You know what, too, I've noticed about Jerry? He always took his jokes and everything just, like, a beat too far.
Oh my God.
He didn't know how to, like, end on the high note, end on the big laugh. He had this, like, ego thing where he kept trying to, and it always deflated the joke because he kept doing that.
You know what else, too? I don't know. I'm obviously not a kid anymore. I'm sure but it seems like braces, no one cares anymore.
I don't think anyone did then.
No, it was kind of a punchline. Like, if you had braces, it was just like, you look goofy with your braces. Like, I don't know.
Dude, you know what's crazy, too? That kid probably went back home knowing everyone had seen the telethon and see Jerry Lewis bust his balls on national television.
But isn't
so for the rest of his high school career, people were going,
But they already were, probably.
I don't know. Jerry's really having fun with it.
But just like I'm saying, like, just what year was that, you think, in the 80s?
Yeah, it looks about then.
Like, Jerry was, like, popular. Like, kids knew who fucking Jerry Lewis was. Like,
Well, this is when he also began like his kind of like sophisticated like the open tie, you know, like the relaxed tux. Like,
by the way, I don't think I mentioned it on the last one of these we did. I think because I watched it after. I could be wrong, but man, he is good in King of Comedy.
Yeah,
the movie itself is absolutely fucking trash. I think it's one of Scorsese's best.
It's a good movie.
It's really good.
It's a great portrayal of like the celebrity. I mean, it was really. I hate the term ahead of its time, but it really tapped into where like the celebrity worship would go throughout the rest of that day and even into today. But
it's an excellent movie, and he is fantastic in it, man. Like, he is really, really good, and he's doing none of that. It's not even close.
No.
Like, it's just a good performance.
He's
it's just kind of a shame. He never. I don't think he. Is there any real instance of him doing anything else like that?
There is a movie called, I've talked about it, Funny Bones, with Oliver Platt.
About what kills me. It kills me that I got lazy using writers, not using me. We were funny people. We didn't have to tell funny stories. We were funny. We had funny bones.
Is it any good, the movie?
I think you would really dig it. It's dark, and that's
Okay.
what I think. I had a problem with it because I was expecting something more like, you know, The Imposters with Oliver Platt and Lee Evans.
Right.
You got half a Mouse Hunt, half of The Imposters. It's going to be great, and it was just like this, like, really dour, depressing movie. Yeah, but you're right. He was when he just was doing like a standalone non-comedy performance, we really saw what a good actor he can be.
I was stunned, like, because like I said, on top of it, it's a really good movie, and De Niro's like really playing against type. Maybe not at that point, but certainly now, and he's excellent in it. Sandra Bernhard, you know, a lot of people have. She's hilarious in it, in my opinion. The movie moves. It's not super long. It's shot super well, and on top of it, like, Jerry is fucking phenomenal in it.
He's on fire. You know, I said, Marty, name the character Jerry. If you want to get 1,000 unpaid extras, they'll shout from the streets. And it's
And you're right. I know. I rewatched
one
it, and it's
scene.
And apparently,
I guarantee.
The woman on the phone, I think it was who said. I think it was Jerry.
It happened to Jerry.
Yeah, which does not. Does that surprise you? I believe that.
But I guarantee the interaction end there with Jerry. He probably went, "Listen, you fucking bitch,
slut.
I never want you
You're
to
the one
support
that
me.
you're gonna get cancer. You're gonna die of it. I'm not.
I hope you get muscular dystrophy. You know, I've got some incredible karma with muscular dystrophy.
You won't get a dime from me, okay, lady."
Well, real quick, actually, this brings up this is like a random thing I found. When I was listening to, I found Opie and Anthony, they did the telethons we goofed on last time, those later telethons, they did kind of they did their watch along and remarked on some of the clips. So I was trying to find like maybe one we missed. They pretty much hit all the ones we did. But then comedian Jim Norton he tells a story that he had heard about another comedian's interaction with Jerry. So this is just the audio.
Someone just told me a story about Jerry Lewis because I like him, and somebody who said that there's some comedian walked up to him like he was eating one time and said, "Jerry, I just want you to know that I'm a comic. I love you, and I've loved you." And Jerry was eating, and he didn't even look up. He just went, "Walk away, walk away," while he's still eating. Mom!
Do you make eye contact?
That's awesome, dude. I wish I knew who the comic was.
Sir, I'm just your waiter. I'm here to bring the check.
It'd just be funny though, like if it's like Todd Barry or something, like, you know, like it just makes him walk away.
I can smell you still. Walk away.
There's got to be a billion of those stories.
Oh yeah,
especially with the comics, like, you know, because he's not going to respect you as just some fucking comic. Like,
let me try to find the one we got. Someone commented on one of the videos, and again, how do you don't know if this actually happened, but it was so funny. Oh, I found it. All right. Again, we don't know if this is true or not, but this is if someone put this much effort into it, I would imagine this guy's been sitting with this story for decades. I had the unfortunate chance to see him after a, quote, show in Vegas many years ago. After I told him how much he had made me laugh over the years, he proceeded to say to me, and it was said with such vitriol that I remember it verbatim, "Why don't you go back wherever you live, cram your head down a crap-filled toilet, and flush the handle?" He stares at me like he could kill me and then virtually screams, "Are you capable of doing that?" He shakes his head and kept walking. Not a day goes by that I don't think about that.
Not a day goes by.
This guy's had like a supervillain moment of Jerry Lewis fucking telling him to put his head in a crap-filled toilet.
It's one thing to get the brush off, where it's like, okay, yeah, thanks, and he just walks away. No, I'm not signing that. But like the guy, and it's definitely how many. Jerry probably heard that more than hello. Like, oh, you've made me laugh so much. I'm so after a while, maybe one or two times you just go, you know what? I'm gonna be a fucking prick to this guy. but why?
Do us a favor, vomit up into a toilet, and then stick your head in and swirl it around.
Oh my god, dude! I'm still laughing about that Norton story though too. Doesn't even look up. Walk away.
I could just picture him too, like through a mouthful of food, like walk away.
Yeah.
So, I don't know where what organization these people are from. All I know is this group came out and gave a very nice check, but it just so happened to be that the representative that handed Jerry the check was an Asian man.
Uh-oh.
Now listen. I know what you're thinking.
Oh,
no, he is not going to do the usual shtick here, Ryan.
Okay.
I don't want you to expect that because he's not doing that here. He has other tricks up his sleeve here.
Oh, of course.
Hey, that's worth a wonderful hand. Shalayum, wow, yak, imaha, yaka, main.
What, he turned into a Native American there at the end?
It's nothing.
It's so funny too. Last time you were like, like the usual, the joke impression of a Japanese. It's like the samurai doing the.
Oh yeah, hi.
Even that impression that he does is horrible.
Yeah, it's. He makes me question my love for ethnic humor when he does that. Like, maybe it's not funny.
Well, you probably won't enjoy this one then.
Again this year, Fuji Photo Film USA has generously contributed the videotape product that we use to record our show.
He just can't help himself. He just can't help himself. He must have went out and said, guys, go out and see if you can get some of these Japanese companies to cut a check because I want to get on the telethon and do my impersonation.
Every year they wait for my Jap routine. I gotta do it.
The people love it. It's like there's a Chinese company. Nope, it won't do. I can only do Japanese.
Was Fuji the one on the other?
No, that was JVC.
They sent a tape.
JVC.
That is funny.
And when they come, ask if they can send a Japanese employee to present the check so I can do the impression.
Why didn't he ever? He should have hired some Asian actor to come out, and they could have done like a Who's On First of L and R.
Yeah, I'm sure that would have been. He would have went on longer than he did reading his damn reviews.
Yeah, right.
Well, we've been playing a lot of clips of Jerry knocking Japanese people, and I figured it's time for me to dig up one where he comments on Italians. I figured it's time.
Oh, nice.
This is a longer one though, Ryan. So I felt it needed just some minor theatrical presentations to it.
You spice it up a little?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
And I want to do this as a tribute to all of the wonderful Italians that we met there. The Tower of Pisa, the Via Veneta, girls named Sophia, Maria, and Yetta. The Pope with his slippers, his robe, and his rings. These are a few of my favorite things. Veal cacciatore, scungili, linguine, garlic and onions and green fettuccine. The pigeons, the people, the waiter that sings. These are a few of my favorite things. When I'm lonely, when I'm hungry, when I'm feeling sad,
I go out and order some pasta fazool, and then I don't feel so bad.
It's a stereotype, and it's offensive.
I mean,
man, he really managed to hit all of them there, didn't he?
A little bit. I mean, it's
Scungili, fettuccine.
Scungili is funny. It's a funny word to say.
Also, I have never heard of an Italian woman named Yetta. What is he talking about
Yetta,
there?
He's reaching a little. Maria Sophia.
Like Loretta, dude, come on. You got it. I know you had a rhyme there, but Jesus.
It's funny. I see it online a lot. You see it with a certain group. It's like
I just love. Sorry, that he would go on Phil Donahue and defend the integrity of these things, and this is the type of crap he was doing.
And it's okay.
Sing a song about Scungili.
It's okay.
It is, but you can understand why some of these people were like, dude, what do you like? Just like tone back the.
This is like, it's an honor to be, and that was so mild. There was nothing even remotely offensive about that. But like, Jerry's roasting you. Like, it's nice. It's cool. Beating your wife and burning the pasta. No, I have to.
Being a racist.
Yeah. Screaming out windows. I have to write a song.
I know
now
you gotta
about
do
this.
Something now. We're pretty good. We could do that. We could write a.
Dude, I'm an amazing song parody to this.
You are.
I really am. It's a weird trait of mine. But
you're ahead of your time. You could have been writing for the telethon.
I probably, yeah. You were buying the tapes. Oh, I know, which is insane. But I remember you told me, you're like, I know you're not going to find it. By the way, it would have come out. Not. But you said you're like, I gotta find him saying the N-word.
There's got to be some stuff buried though. That's a little bit like I guarantee.
I mean, have you not? Is there no black? No black jokes? Did he allow black people on the telephone?
It's my twin brother.
And make sure they don't send any black people to hand me the check. I refuse to take it. Because in his mind, he thought that this impression people tune in every year hoping I make fun of
probably.
Japanese people.
Just like the hat for the Tall Cedars. So he's got to hit he's got to hit the Tall Cedars hat joke. He's got to do the saw. He's got to do that joke for Fuji. And then he's got to take a dig at the Italians somehow.
See if we can get Olive Garden to cut a check, for Christ's sake. This is a great clip.
Breadsticks!
This is something, it's like, again, you want these people to, this is the audience he's talking to now. You expect them to donate money, maybe just approach things a little bit, I don't know, with it more hopeful.
My reputation is one of being abrasive, an egomaniac, and all of that jazz. Well, let me turn on some of that's presumably myself. You have to go to the phone, and you have to make a pledge, because if you can sit there having all of this stuff come to you for free, out of love, and for the reasons for which it is generated out of the studio to you, and if you can still sit there and do nothing, then I kind of feel sorry for you, and yet I don't want to even give you that. I don't want to feel sorry for you. I want to dismiss you. I don't want to know that you're there. I only want to know people that care enough to do for themselves as well as for others. I think it's time that you get off your buns, get to the phone, and start calling and make some pledges. We have given an awful lot of stuff free. We've given a lot of emotion. We've had no compunctions whatever about expounding on love and our feelings for humanity, and you sit there and do nothing. Maybe we're wrong. I don't know. You might just convince me that I am a fool. I doubt that, because I like what I am. I recommend you examine the possibility of liking what you are. Get on the phone.
He's taking that's the hard sell.
We're not going to do anything else until you turn the fucking television off. We're just going to sit here in silence.
He just sat down.
I can tell you're watching still. I can smell you through the television. We're just going to sit here and do nothing. That's fine.
Oh, man.
It's like an angry kid. You know what, though? When I was watching that, I'm like, why did, like, this reminds me of something. What is this? What does his speech here remind me of? And then it hit me.
We've had no compunctions whatever about expounding on love and our feelings for humanity, and you sit there and do nothing. Maybe we're wrong. I don't know. You might just convince me that I am a fool. I doubt that, because I like what I am. I recommend you examine the possibility of liking what you are.
And how is that part relevant too? That I like who I am.
Well, I'm telling you, he must have always had that complex in his head of like, they're after me. They don't want to see me do this. They don't want to see me get the cure for these kids. They hate me for trying to help these kids.
Also, technically, they're not. It's not for free. They've had to either buy a television. It's like no. We've given you a lot of free entertainment.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Did he ever have comics come on and do like routines?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He had, dude, I'm pretty sure he had some of the biggest like back. I saw
those
one
first
clip from
those first 2 decades.
fucking
they
John
probably-
Lennon was a guest on one of them. It's like
Yeah, I was
he
going to
really,
say there had to be big acts.
All right, we're going to as we
And
have
in the
to-
later years, you know, he had like Jack A come out and do some kind of.
It's so fitting you mentioned the later years because that's where we're headed next.
Of course.
Now this is a clip. I think you'll be able to read Jerry's language here because he's introducing some of the children that are members of his family, and he does something very subtle that I picked up on that to me clues in on one of these kids might be his favorite. It's very subtle, but we've watched enough Jerry where I think you'll be able to pick if you watch close.
My granddaughter, Tia. Stand up there, darling. Turn around. My granddaughter, Morgan.
Now watch closely,
Look at
remember.
that face.
Very
Stand
subtle.
up there, kid. Turn around. Now, this kid, that's my daughter. That's my 8-year-old Miracle. Healthy, strong, wonderful sense of humor, cares desperately about other children, and she's my air in my lungs.
Which one of those kids do you think might be Jerry's favorite
I
there?
mean, it's his daughter, though. The other ones were granddaughters.
If a bus was hurling down the sidewalk towards us and I could only push one of these kids out of the way.
But dude, look at him. He's probably fucking 70 there, and he's got an 8-year-old.
I understand, but like, my God.
Whatever.
Maybe don't devote that much time to them.
Eh.
These later telethons they're a fucking spectacle. Here's
I just love I saw it there. It's on UPN.
It was on CW. It's just here's a clip. Again, this is like you will never be able to when this clip starts and you're listening to it, you will in your mind you would never be able to guess what the intention of this anecdote is or what he's supposed to be doing here, but here it is.
I can't eat a half an egg without half of it on my shoulder and on my fly and into my shoes. I don't understand. I do understand no hanky-panky anymore. I have wonderful porno stuff that I watch a lot. Porno Corporation, the same people that did the Castle films with the monsters. Did I get away with it? No. You want to hear someone wonderful? Listen to Taylor Dane right there.
It's your big moment on the telethon. You get Jerry's introducing you. I sometimes watch pornography. I masturbate at all hours of the night. Like
who is the classic clip? It wasn't Ed Asner.
Ernest Borgnine.
Yes, that's what it was.
You look fantastic. You look like you're in your late 60s, early 70s. What's the secret?
I don't dare tell you.
No meat. You don't eat meat.
I masturbate a lot.
Okay, I think.
What the fuck was he talking about? Castle Films? Did I get it right? It's like
no.
those MDA executives must have been like, oh, we have to get him off the air.
And looking back, there was probably 10 years more of him after that.
The next clip here.
A wonderful collection of porno.
After I think this is after Ed McMahon died. He had this woman act as like a female kind of co-host presenter. This clip, man, I was just gonna play it.
Okay. And how you single-handedly influenced. Did you write this copy?
No.
Okay, just checking. Who single-handedly influenced so many young people in our country. We hope you are as proud as we are to present it. I'm afraid. Should I be afraid?
No, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Shall I leave?
That's okay. Thank
Stay?
you.
Go.
All right.
Go. Stay. I'm gonna go.
Your new host for the telethon is Sybil Clark.
We're gonna have to break this one down. I've lost sleep over this one. First of all,
so I guess that's Sybil Clark.
I don't know who the fuck it is.
Yeah, that's got to be her.
If that's the case, Google has turned up nothing.
Really?
There is. First of all, too, listen.
I almost thought it was Marge Helgenberger.
She has awful timing.
Yeah.
The two of them have negative chemistry.
It doesn't seem
And how
to.
you single-handedly influenced. Did you write this copy?
No.
Okay, just checking. Who single-handedly influenced so
he's
many
so
young people in our country. We hope you are as
Listen to
proud
this.
as we are to present it. I'm
Thank you.
afraid. Should I be afraid?
First off, she blows the bit right there.
Yeah.
In the context of this gag, she has no reason to suspect. So
Right.
she blew the bit. She blew the
Right.
punchline. You know something bad's going to happen.
No,
Oh.
thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Shall I leave?
That's okay. Thank
Stay? Go.
All right.
Go.
Shut up. She's not even on camera at this point. What are you doing?
She really is like not. It's not the routine here.
No.
I'm gonna go.
I like how the it's piped in, the ticking.
The fucking lame, weak.
And he doesn't open the box.
Your new host for
By the way, not many people are laughing here, but
No,
one
no
person
one
is.
is.
One person at the very end, you can hear them laughing. I want you to see if you can detect that.
for the telethon is Sybil Clark.
One guy. Actually, it might be Ed. That might have just been Ed. Might still have been alive.
Oh, it's a good one.
But
Good
I
one,
like,
Jerry.
dude. I googled every possible Clark Sybil. Like I could not find.
Really?
Can someone, unless I'm an idiot in the comments, who the fuck is Sybil Clark?
Surprising. Give me a second here.
Dude, it's pointless. Don't even try. There's no such person. They don't exist. If it was her, this woman on the telethon, you would find something. It's either that or he said the wrong name. He did a John Travolta and said the wrong name.
Maybe Sybil Clark is something else, like almost like a some kind of dumb joke reference that nobody gets. Do you know what I mean? Like almost like a Carson-esque like non sequitur, but it's not funny because he's not Carson.
In my mind, when I first heard it, I said, you know what? I bet Jerry wanted to do this bit and have like a black smut on his face. And I'm like, maybe Sybil Clark's a black person, and he was like trying to. They talked him out of the blackface, but then he still went through with the joke.
Like,
but I'm like,
they'll get the intention of my humor.
They'll still get it. Can we get the bomb to turn me into Japan? I'll make a Hiroshima joke.
Yeah.
One thing,
and like the smoke is not near the box.
The smoke's not near him. The camera fucked it all up.
He holds too long in the surprise face. Like,
he's been doing the shtick for 60 years.
Man.
All right, we haven't played any of the telethons when Jerry reveals the final it was called the final tote.
Okay.
We never really played this, so I just wanted to what a big kind of important emotional moment this was for him, especially.
That we are about to present, and it's for her and a million
I
other
wonder if she
of
can
my
feel
kids.
that.
Let's look at it, please. That's not the final toast.
It's a live show.
It'd be great if it was just a photo of him in the wheelchair again.
Let's look at it, please. I think we definitely have to call a home and see if they got a couple of chairs.
Yeah.
What is that doing up there? Who put that there?
Pull that down. That's not funny.
Sybil Clark, did she do it?
Wait, do you have the Jerry not funny?
Stop laughing. It's not funny.
This is another. It's only audio, but this is Jerry at one of these later telethons. Again, just kind of rolling with the technical problems. Just showing he can quickly pick up the ball and roll with it.
The hell am I? The what? I don't have anything here. It says
run Abraham Lincoln. No, we did that. That was a porno film, for Christ's sake.
Just picture the MDA spokespeople backstage, like, all right, he only said porno. We're okay. It's like playing Minesweeper.
It's meaningless. Like he has that humor where it's like, it's funny because I said porno.
You said it
It's
last
like,
time.
there's no joke.
You really hit it. He's terrible at the non sequitur.
There's nothing there, and it almost makes it funny.
Sybil Clark. Who the fuck is Sybil Clark, Jerry? So one of the best discoveries this time around was I haven't wanted to really give this YouTube channel a shout out, only because I like bringing this stuff to people's attention, but I gotta in this case do it. Someone runs a YouTube account called the Telethon Years, and they have really archived some great shit. One of the things they've archived is the raw footage of, and again, I'm not me fucking around here. They did like, I think the finished news story was only about 10 minutes on a current affair in 1989.
Okay.
But this channel found the entire 2 hours of footage they shot behind the scenes of a telethon.
Oh, wow.
I watched all of it.
Is it good?
Dude, I want to make an Aaron Sorkin style, like in real time, leading up to from like the morning of till he walks out on stage. I want to fucking adapt a movie about Jerry.
You should write it. That's a great idea.
It's in black and white. This is where it's incredible. So here's a couple really great clips. The first one I have here is Jerry talking about. This is they used to do it at Caesars. This is their first year doing it at a new venue. And he's talking to some guy about, it really shows that Jerry knows his shit about cameras and setup and placement.
The camera placement is different here than it was at Caesars, right? Now I can move cameramen at Caesars to places that are very much like this. I can't get my cameraman closer than 30 feet away. Therefore, you need a long focal length lens to get that same feeling. Hi, John Long. You need, what that lens gives you is like the guy is right there, 3 or 4, 5 feet away, and it doesn't have that look of long focal length. Yeah. Good. You know, you can take a 6-inch lens and have somebody walk from that trailer to here, and if you're looking through a reflex camera, the guy's walking for about an hour and 16 minutes. Right. You put a 35 millimeter on that camera, and the guy gets here pretty quick.
He knew his shit.
He definitely did.
You know?
He definitely did.
You don't get to see. So the reason I love this footage, I'm gonna play quite a bit from it as we wrap up. This is one of the only times you see I think this is the real Jerry.
Yeah,
I think
right.
He because they filmed the entire thing. He's funny. When Jerry was just like doing this behind, like he was much better at that type of humor, and you'll see it.
I think the act he thought he had to do obviously got tired.
Yeah.
So it never changed or improved or anything. Meanwhile, the pro behind the scenes actually was learning and changing.
He was funny though.
Right,
and
right.
Another great thing I discovered was he actually addresses that clip I played earlier where he went on reading the reviews. He was. I think this is after he got like cleaned up and he wasn't taking Percodan anymore because he's very, very sharp. And this is him addressing that thing I played earlier.
I get letters from people sometimes that say you should have challenged that guy that wrote what he wrote. Well, one year I did. I took off on the press and this is not the platform for it. It was wrong. I apologized after the fact because I realized it was wrong. Everything I said was right. But this is not the place for it.
He's not a dumb guy by any stretch. Like, he's clearly a very smart man. He's just, look, we expect too much of creatives. You want your creatives to be kind of ruled by their emotions and insane and like unhinged at times.
Certainly part of the appeal of him.
It's part of the appeal of dude, look at, I see this getting brought up a lot recently. Look at all like the great writers, novelists and stuff that we all lionize and stuff. They were all complete fucking messes.
Yeah.
You know what happens when you have a normal, nice guy who does it? You get like Josh Gad. you don't. There's nothing good there. There's no good creative output.
Don't sour this series I really enjoy by bringing him up.
I just know how,
like the man is done with Spaceballs.
That's my dagger to twist
Yeah,
into
I
your
know.
ribs.
Oh, it certainly does it.
That's why I lean into all my terrible qualities.
All right, this is Jerry addresses the period that he was again part of that whole thing we saw him where he came with the press. It was a period of time when he was addicted to drugs, and this is him talking about that period of time.
I didn't remember. There's a period between 73 and 77 that's black. I don't remember making the 4 films that I made, the 5 telethons. I don't remember the 12 weeks that I appeared at the Sahara Hotel in Las Vegas. I don't remember the Royal Command performance for Her Majesty and the family. I don't remember my opening or the 15 concerts in France. I remember nothing from 73 to 77.
I don't remember the standing ovation I got.
Yeah, right.
I don't remember the honorary Academy Award I received. I don't remember the very nice people that...
But I would love to get some footage of him performing for the Queen of England. That's got to be good.
He's got a damn good recollection, despite the fact that he doesn't remember any of it. So wherever this venue is, Jerry had to get around in a golf cart, and the camera crew follows him in this golf cart. Cameraman's holding on for dear life as Jerry just zips around, honking at everyone, yelling at people. But it shows too that he knew everyone's name. When he was doing this telethon shit, it seemed delightful. But here we go, Jerry behind the wheel of the golf cart.
That's why the goddamn... You see, we should buy a ball so people could at least... I forgot. Hi, gang. Hi, kids. Hello, Chips. Hi, Janet, baby. Hi, cutie. Blow it out of your ass, Jimmy. Hi, Chris. Now I see where you hang out. I can't get through, son of a bitch.
him walking around that golf cart.
It probably was fun working on that.
Oh, yeah.
Must have been nuts.
I don't know if those people were there, though. He might have just been shouting randomly for the camera.
That's
Blow it out of
true.
your ass, Jimmy. Hey, darling, how you doing?
Yeah, no
Tina,
one-
how's
no-
it going?
That's a good point. No one's there.
You don't see anyone. Another thing from... Again, this is such a great... This whole fucking thing is delightful. This is... Jerry talks about... He was communicating with this, I guess, this business executive who was delaying donating some money that was going to build some kind of a research facility. And as this executive is doing that, one of Jerry's kids dies. So Jerry talks about how he handled the situation.
Then I got angry. The day that it happened, I called this CEO. I said, I want to see you tomorrow. I will fly to where you are. And he said, okay. And I flew to where he was. And I walked in on him. And I said, we've been batting the ping pong ball back and forth for 3 months. I'm leaving here one way or another. I will disrupt your company with the worst kind of gossip that you ever heard in your life, or you're going to become one of the great heroes since Patton. Now, which is it going to be? And we talked.
I wish I would have found that for that Joker trailer I made, because he's like...
Yeah.
He did mildly get, like... You could just look in his eyes there. He's just like...
Uh-huh.
Again, another thing, though, I'm like, what does this remind me of? And then it hit me.
I want to see you tomorrow.
What?
I will fly to where you are.
It's a lot of money. What are you doing?
We've been batting the ping pong ball back and forth for 3 months.
I don't understand.
I will disrupt your company.
I'm sorry, I had too much fun this time around. I've just been having a blast. Another thing so Jerry ate like a total asshole. I don't know how he lived on 91 because he did nothing but drink root beer and he ate fucking egg salad sandwiches. But the one thing he was obsessed with, and I mean obsessed with, because in the 2 hours of this footage I watched, there's always one in his hand, was Eskimo pies. Are you familiar with Eskimo pies?
Yeah.
Just vanilla ice cream bar covered in chocolate. The man was
great.
fucking obsessed with them. And he was very disappointed. He seemed like them and ice cream sandwiches. He just went back and forth. Dude, I must have seen him eat 6,000 calories in these things. But I found the clip where he goes to his private stash and discovers that there's no more Eskimo pies.
Son of a bitch.
I didn't. I have a car like that.
I got 900 people that are runners. I can never find anyone when I need them.
What do you need,
I need the
Jerry?
phone and I need Eskimo pies. I want 6 boxes of Eskimo pies. Get them now.
All right, let me bring the phone.
Send a runner for him. Okay. I ain't doing this show without Eskimo pies. I'll get the goddamn withdrawals.
If I can't have Percodan, god damn it, I'm gonna have an Eskimo pie.
They are good. They are very good.
He wanted 6 boxes for himself.
Stay out of the man's freezer.
My God in heaven.
You're right though, man, because it's clear this behind the scenes shit. It's shot on film.
Oh, it's fascinating.
It's got a real feel on it.
Well, so rather than usually like when we started doing the series, I would just take like these individual snippets and play them. Well, I just figured for the hell of it, let me just cut them together because it's like really you're only looking for like a little 5-second soundbite when Jerry says something amazing. And so this is just as we wrap up. This is why this footage is so special because again, you're seeing the real Jerry Lewis.
I wanted to come back and tell you all good luck, and I love you, and I know that you're the best there is.
Yeah, Jerry!
Yeah! And now watch me go out and fuck it all up. Hi, Craig. Jesus Christ, how are you? Wonderful to see you. Hello, Bill. You son of a bitch. Hello, doctor. I need a proctology wig. Every once in a while, I just love to fuck around.
Oh, you took.
Right. You've got it, face.
Jesus Christ. Why don't you get a clip that stays on? You're too fucking small. Maybe. Can you hear that okay? You know how you get rid of the scars? 7-Up.
Well, I've done enough of that.
Cures everything. I clean my car with that shit. What the fuck are you smoking? Hey, Christopher, how about taking your son and I can get some work done? It's got to be slow. You have to play it slower. No, don't change what you were playing. Just play it slower. Jesus Christ.
This is the problem.
I'm not at liberty to mention the director, but that schmuck wouldn't know how to direct traffic. 3 minutes. I can kill that in an hour, for Christ's sake. You don't have to threaten me. I can hold him anytime I want, you little creep. Old Man River, that old man river. He doesn't wear the fucking cam. One day Claudia leaves me a note. How come you got all the root beer? So I gave her a case. I said, carry it yourself, you bastard. I gave her 1 case. I'm as restless as a Gentile in the men's room. Jesus fucking Christ. Eskimo pies and French wine. Is that a great combination? Come on, let's stop cocking around for Christ's sake.
He's the best. I have just come to worship the man because he's the best.
Dude, it's really funny too because you were really like, I don't care. Like you really just didn't give a shit about him. You didn't find him funny. You had no feeling at all towards him.
But how do you? It's like when he that clip of him. How can you not love that?
How can you not love that?
How can you watch that and just not be like, this guy had something.
Absolutely.
Whether you find him funny or not, there was something that the man had that was just that factor, that people just, that gravitational pull.
And if you're not an egotistical prick, you don't get that person. They need to be a little shitty. They need to be a little off-putting.
But it's nice to. We've done so much about him, like where you just see him talking to really like combative reporters, and to see this behind the scenes stuff where it's he knows
where he's in control and he's
control.
bullshitting and just
maybe the key to happiness is 6 boxes of Eskimo pies. It certainly gave him energy. Jesus.
Yeah.
Did you see that? He looked very disappointed eating that ice cream sandwich, though. He's just like, fuck. I want an Eskimo pie.
They're not very. I don't love ice cream sandwiches. I don't know about you.
I prefer them to Eskimo pies. I'm sorry.
Really?
I think Eskimo pies are messy.
What? It's a bar.
I know if Jerry heard me say that, he would.
Yeah, you're
whack. Yeah, right. He'd whack me with walk away.
You really are the dean. You're dean.
Am I the dean?
I want a sandwich of ice cream.
Well, one more clip because, again, we were trying to do some kind of American. I found a clip of Jerry talking about his close friendship with Jack Kennedy and Bobby Kennedy. And I think it's a very fitting way to wrap this all up.
Because the Kennedys were my dear friends. And all through the years, people keep coming to me about Marilyn Monroe and John, Marilyn Monroe and Bobby Kennedy. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. These are two men of great intelligence, of great integrity. And they would never have ever been a part of anything like that because they loved her. She was a wonderful gal. Now, I know what I'm talking about because I was making it with her.
Good save.
Just imagine you go from banging Marilyn Monroe to the CW.
Hey, man.
That's got to be.
Also, did you notice he didn't show any pictures of the Kennedys with him? Where are those pictures? That's good stuff.
She had a fantastic ass, I'll tell you. I used to put out my cigarette on it. And if she talked back to me like Lindsay Lohan, I would whack.
Jerry, I saw that cigarette burn you put out on Marilyn.
I feel bad. They all passed her around like she was.
I know. It's terrible. It's terrible. That Blonde movie that came out a year or two ago. It was probably, I imagine, because it was pretty horrifying.
It's like the way you and I pass around books and movies. Here, you'll enjoy this one. Here, read it. They did there.
I take it in the tub and get it all soaked. Remember, I bought Joe another copy of a book because I was like, yeah, I got this one pretty wet.
Well, yeah. I was like, what do you mean you got wet? And you were like, I like to read in the bathtub.
There's not a great way to not get a book wet when you're in the tub.
You said, I'm picturing you in like one of those old timey Western like wooden.
Oh, I wish
thing. You get candlelight.
Yeah. Big soaking tub
with one of those, like they have the little trays you can lay across.
Of course,
the tub.
No, yeah. Just I hold it and I try to keep my hands dry, but you get the edges wet. It can't be helped. Well, so if we do this again, it's got to be the talk show, right?
The talk show, and as Ryan mentioned, because none of these were clips, I started buying on eBay. Anytime I see someone selling some kind of a telethon, I have the 2008 best of, and I have the year 2000. I have the entirety of it. On VHS tapes. I gotta figure out. I gotta get.
Wait, what was the first one you said?
It's I think 2008, the best of. Okay. It's on DVD.
You should try to find 2002, because I'd like to see if he talks about 9/11. Because 2001, the telethon would have been before 9/11.
I need you to stop donating to the 9/11 funds. Put it on the back burner.
Yeah. Or like Katrina or something.
With the Katrinas and the Haitian.
Hurricanes are terrible, but they happen every year.
What did he say last time? He said, I went through Katrina like it was a drizzle. And every tsunami, it was just a couple of goddamn buildings. I've got kids in wheelchairs in here that are going to die.
Oh, man.
You can save them. You can't save buildings anymore.
I got to try to find that picture of him in the wheelchair, like isolate it.
I'll send you the clip. How beautiful was that?
It's so funny.
And the next photo, it's like the first time I saw it, like I was like, no one could have ever prepared me for that amazing.
That's what I'm saying.
Where's it at?
You know.
Look how delighted he is. Look, he's
so
got the
happy.
one on his arm. He's got the leg braces.
There was people in the audience stifling a laugh.
I would have been.
Of course.
It's always probably one of those moments when you're not supposed to laugh. It's the hardest not to. But yeah, this is gonna every couple of months. I think what's gonna happen is every time I feel like I have enough clips, I'll be like, all right, let's pop on and doing Jerry.
Compile them as you go.
Because people have been sending us stuff. That's been a delight, and a lot of people send us stuff like, oh, look, this is a clip of Jerry being a jerk, and I'll watch it, and I've gotten pretty good at knowing when he's actually being a jerk versus when he's just doing the shtick and a bit.
Sure,
that he
right.
just takes a little too far. There's a line there, but
yeah,
I love him. It's really
we're fans. Listen, this is not a shit talking enterprise here. This is a fond remembrance in a strange way.
When a Mason wears this pyramid, he wears it with a purpose and with pride. Tall Cedars of Lebanon of North America.
You want me to go for it, don't you? Let's establish one fact that's very important. The Tall Cedars have been with us for more than 30 years, and they have brought us an awful lot of dollars. But there's no question about the fact that those hats are the dumbest looking hats you've ever seen in your life.